BigHerc916, positivity, motivation, never settle for average. I know for a lot of you guys out there, some days you feel drained. You feel like you're pushing through life and you're trying to find your purpose, but things just don't seem to be going the way you want them to go, or they're not happening fast enough. They say that you have to trust the process. The end goal is really not the goal, it's the process that leads to you getting to that goal. But even then, it's hard sometimes to maintain faith. Sometimes things just seem to overburden you. You know, you might go to leave your house and realize your car's got a flat tire, or you go and you're thinking everything's cool, and you know, some emergency pops up where you have to use your savings to take care of it. And you think for every 5 steps you move forward, you got 8 steps pulling you back. I just want to let you know that's normal, man. It's normal. We all go through it. And a lot of what you see on social media, on the internet, is smoke and mirrors. A lot of people you see that brag about all the stuff they have, or they're flossing with all this material stuff. That's a part of their branding. But know that you're not alone in your struggle to get ahead, and as long as you continue to focus and push through, you will eventually have your success. You just can't give up. I know at times you feel like you want to give up. You feel like the weight is on your shoulders. You feel like things are holding you back and you're trying to figure out what those things are. But it's not that those things are holding you back. It's just that it takes energy, man. It takes, I guess, dedication. It takes faith. You were taught to work hard, study hard, you get ahead in life. Well, you work hard, you study hard, and then you get your paycheck, and sometimes that paycheck looks like it still comes up short. And then you see somebody and it looks like they get everything, they talk about they started this business and it did $1 million in a year and they're doing $1 million a month, or, this guy came up with this app and he's now multi-millionaire, or this guy, he's got into real estate and he has multiple homes. There are people who have been fortunate enough to have that success, but there's a lot of backstory, and that's the part they leave out, and that's the part that makes a lot of people frustrated, because you feel like, why didn't it happen as fast for me? I know that once you get past your first initial hump, things start moving a lot faster. Like once you get past, your first home purchase, your first flip, your first car sale, your first build, whatever it is you're doing, your first sale, you gain momentum, you build confidence, and confidence makes you feel better about your purpose. When things aren't moving as fast, you feel like, maybe you're doing something and it's in vain, it's never going to amount to anything. And you don't want to hold on to that thought. You want to let that go and know that what you're doing does mean something, does serve a purpose, and a real amount of something. But if you're feeling like sometimes you don't have anybody to turn to, you feel like you're struggling, you're feeling like you're not as accomplished as you want to be, plug out of social media for a while. Get out of social media, stop looking at all the stuff, people with, the different material items and the name brand stuff. Just get away from all that for a while, man, and just worry about what you really want to do as far as your foundation and build. And don't let yourself get caught up in somebody else's perception of life. We get lost in people's comments, we get lost in people's posts, and we think, man, their life is so much better than my life. Why isn't my life their life? And this and that. And people go to compare you to somebody else. Well, this person, they did it in this amount of time. Why did it take you this long? If you're 35, you're not a multimillionaire. You're not gonna ever make it. You're a loser. And man, that's all bullshit, man. Sometimes it takes longer. I'm 52. I'm not racing around in no Lamborghini. I'm not living in $1 million home. I'm not, balling out of control with, yachts and international travel. Not yet, but I'm patient. I got things I've built up. I got scripts I wrote. I got books I wrote. I'm doing stuff with my wife, and it takes time, man. Don't let the age make you think like you're a loser because you haven't accomplished something. Sometimes I think, when I see younger people, I'm like, wow, man, that person made it. Well, they God bless them, man. I can't hate on somebody who made it happen, man, but everybody's reality is different. Everybody's past is different. You try to jump on this person's path, you can get caught up on that too. You see this person doing something, okay, I'm gonna start doing drop ship. Oh, I'm gonna start doing ebooks. Oh, I'm gonna start doing clothing line. Oh, I'm gonna start doing supplements. Oh, I'm gonna start, and you real estate, you're going all over. You're all over, man, and you're like spinning out of control. You watch this guy's self-help video, you watch this guy's video, you watch this guy's video. You don't want to get caught up in that either, man, because it frustrates you, man, and you will lose yourself in everybody else's story. Your story is your story, man. And at the end of the day, a lot of times you got to keep stuff to yourself, but I know when you do that, things get pent up. So if you can find a friend, somebody to talk to, somebody to vent, it's all right. You're not weak because you feel like, things aren't moving as fast, or you feel like you don't have as much as you want to have materially or monetarily. It's all right, man. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with you. That's normal. I mean, as men, we want to be accomplished. We want to serve a purpose. We want to be strong. We want to be providers, but, life throws us curveballs, man. I mean, whenever I feel really frustrated and I feel like, man, I missed out on, certain things that I would have done in my 20s and my early 30s, but I can't go back into the past, man. I can only live in the future. I can actually live in the present and look forward to the future. And as long as I maintain my health, I take care of myself, I can still move around, I'm not in a diaper, there's opportunities all around, and that's how I got to look at it. And, if you have to be by yourself, then, be comfortable being by yourself until you get to where you want to go. But don't let yourself get caught up with other people telling you everything that they have, what they're doing, and the braggadocious and all this stuff, man, to feed their ego. And don't get caught up in that, man. Don't let that bring you down. Don't let that depress you. Be strong, be proud, have faith. Know that, God has a path for you. And as long as you keep pushing forward, you will succeed. But don't get caught up in everybody else's story. Don't get caught up in the comparisons. Don't get caught up in who got this and they got that. Don't get caught up in that, man. I've gotten caught up in it before. I've seen other people and think, man, how does that person do that? And, I work hard, and why didn't I have this? Well, God has a purpose for me, man. And I gotta just be patient. I gotta just, be ready when he does give it to me, so I don't F it off, you know. I gotta respect it. You know, I effed off a lot of time in my life, man. And, you know, you think back when you maybe had a big bank or you were balling and you're like, man, if I had that again and this and that, you would do it differently. Well, things come around and things come around again, and sometimes things come around even a third time. But just this time, when it comes around, be ready for it and be humble in your acceptance so that you can lead by example. Otherwise, you know, it might be a gift from the devil and not the God. And if it's a gift from the devil, it'll come fast and it'll go fast. And there'll be a lot of stipulations with it. But if you're working out there, you're busting ass, man, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with putting in the work. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your family, you know, being a man and paying your bills. There's nothing wrong with that. If you know, you don't have to be, oh man, I just made my first 20 million. You know, okay, well, that person, God bless them, man. But you will have yours, but you just got to be happy with yourself, man. Don't compare yourself to those other people, man, and get mad or get frustrated because it can make you jealous. It can make you envious, and it's not good for your spirit. And I'm just sharing it because sometimes I get frustrated, you know. But I think about, well, wow, man, I remember when I first got out of prison and I had nothing and how happy I was. How happy I was catching the bus. You know, I didn't have a car. And even the cars I have now, I've had them for years. I don't have no new cars. My car's all used. I got old schools, you know. My car is all, you know, almost 20 years old. Some of my cars are 30, 40 years old, you know. But I own them and I'm happy, you know. I've worked hard on them and they put a smile on my face and make me happy. They all have some type of significance to me, you know. But don't let yourself get caught up in that whirlwind, man, because I know it can be depressing to be a man. You know, nobody compliments you, nobody pats you on the back, nobody lets you know that you're doing the right thing, and you could think like, wow, man, I feel like a loser because I'm not getting the accolades. Well, it's all right, man. You're still a good dude. You're not out abusing anybody. You're not exploiting anybody. You're being true to the game. You're working hard. There's no shame in going somewhere and earning an honest dollar, man. I can tell you that right now, because the guys a lot of them who are fly by night, conning people, frauding people, the shit is short-lived. It all comes crashing down. And it's better to be somebody that's forthwith than to be somebody that's a piece of shit. So just some food for thought for my fellow men out there. I know we all go through some rough times. Sometimes you might feel like, man, life is just challenging beyond anything you can handle. But if you're breathing, you're healthy, you're able to move around and be mobile, you have opportunity, man. We just got to stick together. BigHerc916. I'm Big Herc, but I would like to introduce you to Little Herc. Little Herc's Big Lessons, a story of kindness and integrity. My wife had a great idea. She's like, let's come out with a children's book, something that parents could read with their children and share in Little Herc's journey. I know it's hard out there raising kids, being able to instill values, and with all the stuff on social media, I felt like what helped me was reading with my mom, and I want to give back so that you can also share with your kids and put down the electronic devices and read with your kid. This heartwarming book is filled with inspiring lessons that encourage kids to make good choices, help others, and believe in their own strengths. Perfect for young readers, life lessons, and Little Herc teaches the importance of resilience, leadership, and kindness in a fun and encouraging way. Pick you up a copy today and spread the love. A limited edition GTA poster signed by me for $10, or with your purchase of a Wig Splitter Porsche t-shirt, I'll throw in a free poster signed by me for you.